Welcome to the Deep Dive. Our mission today is pretty simple. We want to give you a powerful shortcut to being well-informed. This is our curated collection of the 5 hotel and travel distribution stories that really caught our eye last week, all from the experts at White Sky Hospitality.
It's perfect if you're a busy hotelier.
Exactly.
And we're seeing these two huge forces pulling the industry in opposite directions right now. On one side, you have just massive tech disruption. I'm talking about agentic AI.
Yeah.
And on the other, you have these really fundamental seismic shifts in what travelers actually want, their motivation.
So you have to look at both to really understand the P&L for next year.
You absolutely do.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start with what sounds like the biggest threat or maybe opportunity, which is agentic commerce. For anyone who hasn't heard this term, what exactly is it?
Well, what's so fascinating is that it's basically an autonomous piece of software, an AI agent. And this agent searches, it compares, and this is the key part, it purchases travel for the customer, often without ever touching a traditional website. It's like a personal expert shopper.
Wait, hold on. So if this AI is shopping on its own, how does that really impact an independent hotel? You know, one that gets, say, 30% of its business from OTAs. It sounds more like an OTA problem.
But it becomes a hotel problem very, very quickly.
How?
The AI inserts itself between the person booking and the final checkout. And often it becomes the merchant of record.
So it owns the transaction.
It owns the transaction. And that means it can source your hotel room from literally anywhere. The cheapest channel, a bed bank, a wholesaler, an OTA. You lose all control over rate parity, and you lose that chance for a direct booking.
And the agent is just trying to steal that transaction no matter the channel.
Exactly.
That must be why the UK travel industry is so worried. We saw these reports of IT spend hitting, what, $2.68 billion this year? That's a 14% increase.
It is, and software is the big one, up 38% year over year.
Wow.
But here's the key. Investment is high, but the adoption, especially for hotels, is slow. Hotels are investing. It's up 9% to about £500 million. But the main barrier is still this cost center mindset.
They see it as a defensive cost, not an offensive revenue tool.
Precisely. They're not treating it like a rev payer lever. And that has to change because the whole software model is shifting from, per seat subscriptions to per agentic outcome pricing.
Meaning you only pay when the AI actually gets you a booking.
You got it. You pay for the result, not the tool.
Okay, so technology is changing how we sell. Let's shift gears now to what people actually want to buy. The demand side looks incredibly strong. I saw that 94% of people expect to travel as much or even more in 2026.
And the motivation behind that is connection. That's the word we keep seeing. We see 86% of travelers are prioritizing quality time with family. 71% are traveling for, personal renewal.
So depth is the new luxury.
It really is.
Yeah.
And food at 85% is the #1 gateway to culture, followed by historic architecture. They want things that feel emotionally real.
And if you connect those sort of soft emotional priorities to hard revenue, that leads us right to attribute-based pricing.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that a huge 63% of travelers will pay more for specific room features. If connection is the new currency, then attributes are what you trade. Exactly
right. I mean, just look at the pet industry. It's forecast to hit $500 billion by 2030. 56% of people globally own a pet. Pet-friendly isn't just a nice little amenity anymore.
It's a critical, high-value attribute you have to price for.
The hotelier who can unbundle their product and price it based on those specific emotional needs is the one who's going to win.
But a quick word of warning on that. We did see that while 18% of travelers are using Gen AI to plan, a full 25% said they got inaccurate information. So that's a risk you have to manage.
A huge risk. And if we zoom out again to look at group business, the meetings and events industry is making the same shift. It's moving away from being a logistical cost center.
To a business investment.
To a critical business investment, yeah. Client-focused events are getting a lot more budget. And sustainability is massive, especially in Europe with the Scope 3 emissions rules influencing where people book.
And it's not just meetings, it's also pure logistics that are changing the game.
Yeah.
We have to talk about the Airbus A321XLR.
Ah.
Deliveries start late 2025, and this plane is going to connect secondary cities internationally. It's going to completely change market access for hotels in smaller hubs that never had direct international flights before.
New international demand coming to non-gateway cities. It's a huge deal.
So when you put it all together, what does it all mean?
Well, the industry is becoming profoundly more automated and efficient because of agentic AI, but at the exact same time, traveler demand is pushing it to become intensely more personal and attribute-specific.
That's a total paradox.
Yeah.
So the final takeaway question for you to think about is this. We know that 53% of travelers now book trips within just 3 months of leaving. We also know Agentic AI is booking faster than any human ever could. But we also know travelers will only book based on specific emotional attributes like pet friendliness. So the question is, how quickly can your revenue management system dynamically price personality and not just availability?